Bismillah. In this video, I want to talk about a little bit about silence in crisis management or crisis communication. When a company is faced with a crisis or a controversy or a scandal, sometimes they would go silent or respond with no response, really. And is it actually bad or good? Is it ever a solution to go just silent? Do they do that on purpose? Now, most public relations practitioners would actually warn against silence in times of crisis, but a few of them actually suggest silence as a strategy, and they call it as strategic silence. But which one is right? I personally would have to lean towards the side that says silence is generally bad. I would say that companies should default to giving a response, anything, whether through written messages and press conferences and things like that. I say this because, I say forget silence most of the time. Just forget about it. Even if the company thinks that it has benefits and it would be beneficial for the company, I think they should be forgotten. Why do I say this? This actually has to do with what's known as the situational crisis communication theory by a scholar called Coombs something. I forgot the name, but it basically proposes a list of steps in responding to a crisis or managing a crisis, and it gives 3 steps. The first one is understand the crisis, and then the second step is analyze past crisis from the company itself, and what is the history of the company, and then it goes to the third step, which is proposing or forming a response strategy. Now, this is important because in this last step, in the response strategy, it provides 3 kinds of responses. The first one is to deny. The second one is diminish, and the third one is rebuild. Now, deny means to deny the problem ever happened. Basically to just say, hey, we didn't do it. We didn't do the scandal or the problem. And the second one is to diminish. Diminish means to belittle the problem, to make the problem less significant, sound less significant. It's basically saying that, the company did that, but the problem is not as big as people make it. And then the last one is to rebuild, which is to confess that they did the problem or the scandal, but they apologize and they choose to improve themselves, and then they hope to gain trust through that. The important thing to note is that in this theory, silence is not mentioned at all as a strategy. It's not mentioned. That's basically why I'm saying that silence is not a good idea, because it's not even considered in the theory. That's what I'm saying. Don't go for silence. So that's the first reason that I think is why silence is not good. if you think about it, silence is just, people don't like silence. Humans don't like to be responded with silence, because this follows a basic psychological pattern. You see, when a company is met with a serious problem, and then everyone knows that problem, and then the company doesn't give an explanation for that, goes quiet about it, the first reaction to that is going to be confusion from the people, from the public. They're not going to be satisfied with just silence, with no clarifications whatsoever. So the first reaction is going to be confusion, and then from that confusion, it's going to quickly become a sense of discomfort for the public, because uncertainty is naturally hard to sit with. It's naturally hard to sit with. And then if you leave that feeling of discomfort for a while, for a long time, then it's gonna fill in the empty space that's left by the public. That space is gonna be filled by negative things like bad assumptions and anger from the public and outrage from the public. And then from this, the company will receive all kinds of harm and bad outcomes. Like, the company would look like it's uncaring, careless, or dishonest, or look like it's hiding something, or like it's avoiding something, and the public would just become angry because there's no explanation. It will just look bad for the company. So that's also why I think silence is not very good for the company. And a good example for this, a real life example, is the case of the Sriwijaya Airlines. It's one of their flights crashed into the ocean in 2021. One of their planes crashed into the surface of the ocean with 62 people on board. So it killed 62 people. But after this happened, Sriwijaya Airlines actually kept silent. They didn't send out any formal explanations for this. And then people got angry and confused, and they kind of forced Sriwijaya to apologize, and then they eventually apologized for the crisis. But this is only after people forced the airline to apologize many times. And even when they responded with such little information that the government actually had to take over the press briefings from Sriwijaya. And then from this, the reputation of Sriwijaya Airlines just plummeted. They actually end up financially struggling after this occurrence, after this crisis. And a lot of experts say that this crisis is the reason why they struggle financially in the future. So those are the reasons why people should just default to responding with anything. It's important to mention that there are a few very rare times where a company should eventually apply what's known as strategic silence. And one of the cases for that is when ignorant people start rumors, false rumors and assumptions that are not too widely heard yet, they're not too widely spread yet in the people. So not a lot of people have heard about it. And so in this case, the company should should not go and try to respond to the rumors and try to clarify things, because this might spread the rumors even more. It will bring more people into it, because the company actually addresses it, and it makes the problem even worse. So in this particular case, then you should the company should apply silence. But other than that, the default should always be never go silent.